Hey, Tony Gaskins here. I was just reading some tweets from a former NFL player, Larry Johnson, and he was talking about the movement that's happening with the NBA and the NFL, and talking about just the feminine agenda of how now we are being given this media, and you're showing all of these pictures of these players in these outfits and giving us a Vogue fashion show. And I've spoke on this before, and what he said was very, very deep. But I'm noticing just on the ground level how men are becoming more and more feminine and not even realizing what's happening. And on the other side of it, you are seeing more women becoming more masculine, and that being showcased and shown off. And so even when they started to introduce, women wearing the boyfriend jeans, and now we have the dad shoes, and it becoming a part of fashion. Now, women on one side are still very, very feminine and dressing as so, but men not even understanding what's happening to them through fashion. And we don't really get to see the designers of the fashion that a lot of men are wearing. I remember working, with pro teams, and guys were saying, hey, the baggy jeans, the baggy jeans are out of style. And so what was in style is the jeans that are very, very form fitting, very tight. Some jeans so tight that you can see the blood coursing through a young man's vein. The jeans are so tight, nothing can fit in the pockets. The jeans are so tight. You cannot get a quarter in the pocket, a needle in the pocket, a pen. The jeans are so tight. And a lot of times what we don't realize is just the effect that it has mentally and spiritually. Forever clothing has been a expression. So when you think even back to middle school, you had the kids who would dress in all black and wear the boots, the combat boots, and paint their nails black. And then you had the kids who would wear the hip hop baggy jeans. And then it went to the sagging, and then it sagging with a belt, sagging without a belt. Then you had the period where women were wearing very baggy clothes and overalls and, big jeans and big shirts. And so fashion has always been an expression, and it always has meant something. It is an art form. And so the thing is if we could be shown the fashion designer who designs the jeans and the shirts that a lot of the men, and especially, wealthy men, are wearing today, and shown their lifestyle and shown how they live and how they carry themselves and their inspiration, you may not even agree with them as a person, but that is their expression of art. And so whatever spiritual things, spiritual warfare that they are dealing with, that will show up in their design. See, art imitates life. Life does not imitate art. And so when you put on the attire of an artist who is in spiritual warfare with himself, now you take on that same spirit and that same mindset. And we don't even understand it. And I'm watching it happen because when a man starts to wear these floral silk clothes with the shirt buttoned down and chest hairs out, and all the jewelry and even the chokers that women made famous, wearing necklaces that are now choking, and then going to all of the different piercings, and then all the way down to a man matching his woman in the same outfit. And on the man, the outfit looks very feminine, and on the woman, the outfits looks kind of masculine. And it's all mental and spiritual, and there is actually a mix-up happening. And so depending on how you naturally, depending on your history and your biography, will determine how you interact with the things that you're bringing into your life, meaning how it affects you and how you respond to it. So some men are really now suffering from a spirit of lust. And this lust is not like thirst, which can be quenched. Lust, when fed, it grows stronger to the point of devouring you. So now you have men who are feeling frisky, feeling loose, feeling turned on just because of the jeans and the shirt that they're wearing, and don't even understand that those clothes put you in a mindset. So it is taking and having men tap more into their feminine side, which is creating confusion because there's a battle with their masculinity and femininity. And now it produces a confusion that is not understood. And now men start to try to war against the feelings that they're having. And that leads to fragile masculinity or toxic masculinity. And then, or if it turns into lust, you have a man who starts to sleep around with multiple women because he's battling the feeling, the spiritual feeling on a spiritual level that he is now feeling that he does not understand. He's battling it, and he starts to sleep with multiple women and doesn't even understand that it could all be coming from the clothes that he's wearing, in addition to the music that he's listening to. So now the battle happens, and being that lust cannot be quenched, this man is feeding this lust, and the next thing you know, he desires not only women, but he desires men. And now we have a movement of bisexuality. And really, it's not that the person is bisexual. It's not that the person is gay. It's that the person is confused and warring on the spiritual side. Now, to say who's born gay and who's not is a whole nother conversation. But in a lot of cases today, it has nothing to do with being born. It more so has something to do with being programmed, with being conditioned, with being steered in a direction, which all stems from a confusion based on the music, the messaging, the clothing, which is all art, which is all an expression. So today you have very feminine men. And so what happens when a man starts to channel so much feminine energy and it creates that confusion, it makes him a serial dater, meaning either he dates multiple women or he has a long-term partner that he is confused about marriage. And it's because he's confused about who he is, and he's confused about who he wants and what he wants. And now we have this society, this generation of promiscuity on a whole nother level than we've ever seen. And so I want you to understand that nothing that is given to us is unintentional. Your fashion is a part of an agenda. It's a part of a movement. It is strategically designed. Even if the individuals who created it did not know that they were a part of the movement, they have been greenlit and given the green light to produce, and they replace someone else who was given the green light before them because it was their season in a part of the programming, the shifting, the confusion, the manipulation, the deception. So when you are dressing your child, be very careful with all of the art forms, the music, the television, the movies, the clothing, and evaluate the creators of it and where it comes from and what it means and what their spirit was saying when they created this art that you are consuming without thinking. Hey, this is Tony Gaskin. God bless you. We'll talk soon.